Good evening, everyone. I hope you all have had a lovely day. Alright, let me start by asking you a question. Imagine how good your life will be if you were mentored by Elon Musk himself in business. Imagine how good your health will be if, or your physique would be if Arnold Schwarzenegger mentored you in person on how to build a better body. Imagine how much of a philanthropic work will you do if you could partner with Mother Teresa and she could teach you how to make a difference in the world and how to do a good job in it. The thing is, this might be tricky to do in person, but there is a way we can do this and achieve all those results, and that is through books. The reason why I read a book a day, and the reason why you should too, is because books have the knowledge to change your entire lives. The person who wrote it spent his entire life learning all these business lessons, and that gets condensed for you in like a small form. And here's the thing, an idea that you get while walking on the beach or from like one of these books can make you more money than a lifetime of labor. You can work your whole life, you can try multiple things, but something or some knowledge hack that you learn from someone super successful can make things very interesting very quickly. So, let me give you an example. Let's take Colonel Sanders, the founder of KFC. He built a motel, it caught fire, burned down. His wife had left him, he started another different business, salesman, that failed as well. Traditional things, nothing of that work. Who knew what would make him the most money was selling fried chicken door to door that he started when he was 50 years old. Okay? Doesn't make any sense, right? But guess what? He did it, and KFC is now like everyone knows KFC. It's like the fried chicken thing. When you think about fried chicken, the first thing that comes to your mind is KFC. Amazing, isn't it? All these successful people throughout history have had mentors. They have learned a lot because the education system and your uncle and but overall, generally speaking, you need to come up with these ideas and hacks that can shorten your learning curve. People talk about learning from mistakes, but you can learn from other people's mistakes too. They don't have to be your own. So Alexander had Aristotle. Steve Jobs used to look up, he took arts classes and then he had mentors and he would connect with people who were good at that. The names for making the iPhone and everything. A lot of successful people like Jeff Bezos, so Sam Walton, the founder of Walmart, Bezos, the founder of Amazon, read his book so many times that the pages started to fall off. Alright? Bill Gates, he goes on reading vacations where he just reads books. Okay? And then they got mentored by Benjamin Graham, I think, who was a very successful guy. Same thing for Warren Buffett, Charlie Mungers, multi-billionaires. Even Arnold Schwarzenegger in business is not your thing. He got mentored by I forgot the name of the bodybuilding guy who won Mr. Olympia before him. This was a way they got super successful, and you should too. Let's come up to the second point. I'll talk about just 3 things today. The first one was you need to read books and you need to get yourself a mentor. Alright. Second thing, focus on your thoughts. Your thoughts create your emotions. Your emotions create your actions. So here's the thing. Imagine doing public speaking. Right before you walk up the stage, you think that, I didn't have breakfast today. There's so many people, I feel nervous, I've never done this before. Okay, what am I gonna say? What if my voice doesn't come out properly? What if I forget what I'm going to talk about? You think about all of these negative things and your speech will be shit. They have done the research on this and figured this out. But imagine on the contrary, you think that most people, the audience, they're just normal people like me, they're no one special. Alright? You know more about the topic than anyone else. You are the most qualified person to speak on it. You talk to your friends all the time and they love you for it. Okay? You have that connection, you have that charisma. and you're bold enough to handle difficult things, you have handled problems quite often in life and succeeded in it. Then you walk on the stage and you do the speech, and it will be drastically different. Here is something, it is true for life as well, for everything you decide to do. You need to focus on your thoughts, because they can completely change your perception and the results you get in things. People talk about it's all in the mind, it actually is, to a great extent. And I'm going to connect this with one of the last lessons. This one is more business focused, but it is also something for people who haven't figured out what they want to do. 3-4 things, all interconnected. First one, small successes. So, you want to do something, you don't start, let's say you want to start a small successes and mini experiments, both of them. Small successes, you want to start a coffee shop, let's say. You don't begin by buying a whole bloody building, okay? Because then you buy the whole building, first of all, it's gonna burn the shit out of you. You won't be able to do it, all right? And then you start selling coffee and no one buys it, like, you wasted all that money. So you, instead of doing this, you make some coffee and you sell it to your friends. If they like it, that's good. You are successful, you feel better about the coffee business, all right? But you did a mini experiment, which was the second thing, to test the model out, the business idea that you had out. You know, here's something important about ideas. If you don't do something in 3 days, psychologically you're never likely going to do it. Okay? So after this event, let's say you think about starting your own business or whatever. You don't do that in 3 days, you will never do it. Okay? There is logic behind it. Starting in 3 days is tricky if you're trying to do something really big. Don't do that, start small. For example, you, what is your goal? What is your key takeaway from this business, from this conference? Ideas that you want to implement?
As we discussed about, maybe just to go out and network with people and start to practice, get some trial clients. Yeah.
Perfect. You can simply start by building a strategy.
Yeah.
Or buying a book on the subject. Okay. To get your foot in the door, so that now you have taken the first step, which is like your small success. So you feel good about yourself. And then you build momentum from it.
Yeah.
Our brain has a lot of dopamine receptors. Here is the science behind it. The more dopamine receptors you have, the more willpower you have, the more likely you are to do things. The more small successes you have, the more dopamine receptors you have. Dopamine is the pleasure hormone. The more willing you are to take risks, grab opportunities, go outside your comfort zone. Here's the other things. Failures remove your dopamine receptors. Okay? The more failures you have, which will happen if you set really high targets, the less willpower you have, the less likely that you'll actually get something done. Right? And this makes a huge difference when it comes to being consistent with things. What you need to do is you need to build momentum. Use that dopamine on your brain to your advantage. And so whenever you get a business idea, you're reading a book, you're writing something, whatever, you want to start your YouTube channel. Don't make a long-ass video and plan everything. Just figure out the name of your channel and build a channel. You don't have to upload any content right now. Same with Facebook pages. With clients, just maybe text your friend, ask them about the idea. You're like, I'm thinking of this, do you think it will work? You take the first step. Then you start building momentum from it. Okay, so it's like a snowball. You start small, you keep on rolling, and it makes something really big in the long run. That is how you move mountains. Alright. And I'm talking in a way that I'm going to talk about something really good in return, but I've run out of things to say. So
you said you're going to do 3 points, and this is your second point.
This is the third one.
Third.
Oh, is it already
the second was thoughts. The first was books and mentors.
Yeah, but then the third one is what? Build momentum.
The third one is small successes, many experiments, and momentum.
How come the third one has 3 elements in it?
Everyone has 3 elements, but they are interlinked.
Okay,
right?
Small success, and then what?
Many experiments.
Mini experiment.
I guess one of the key takeaways is if you don't do something in 3
And what
years,
else?
you will likely never do it.
What's the third one?
Momentum.
The small successes, many experiments, and momentum.
Momentum.
Yes, he said that. Alright, now, here's the thing. I personally read 10 to 15 books every month. And I learned
Crazy.
so many things from them. A lot of books are shit. But here's what. You don't have to read all the books. I can tell you all of these ideas, just like the 3 I told you. I know like 500 more who can completely transform your life and your health, your wealth, your love life, relationships, and your happiness because of that. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm not trying to sell you this. I genuinely believe this is going to be helpful for you guys. See me after this, alright? And we can do a free one-on-one conversation. You can tell me about your problems. And out of all the stuff I read, I can tell you what will be helpful for you. And if that works for you and you're getting success from that initial first step and you're making money from it, then you can join my paid program in which I do all the work, I come up with ideas tailored to your business, and I tell you the things that you can do that makes you more successful in it. It's like a win-win situation, alright? And that's it for today. Thank you for listening to me and I'll see you next time.
That's good.
Was it?
That's
Very good.